Welcome to this evening's Grand Prix. You join me off.
Yo, yo, yo!
Is with you on this roller coaster ride this evening, ladies and gentlemen. eRacing League Tier 1 Round 5 from Azerbaijan. Fantastic to have you along, Fluff. Team is with you again, ladies and gentlemen, this evening. I can't wait for it.
Oh, Lemons, my man, like, I love being with you week in, week out. The Monday night of my week is the highlight of my week, and a lot of people don't like Mondays, but I love the Mondays in the Fluffy house, my man. And what a thing we're treated to tonight. Well, not only are we treated to Baku, which is a real tricky street circuit, we're treated to a wet quali as well, my man. A wet quali, but news on the bulletin board is saying that it's a dry race, brother. It's a dry race.
Good stuff. These guys are going to have their hands full out there. Arctic Penguin, I was just on board it, actually locked up into, I think it was turn 16. He got away with it, no contact there. But the drivers are definitely going to have their hands full, let alone in the dry. In the wet, it's going to be super treacherous. The idea right now, Fluff, it has to be keep the car out of the wall.
For sure. Obviously, this track has a lot of real tight, tricky corners. Castle's one for sure. It's slippy enough in the dry, let alone the wet. And this track has zero runoff. If you're running off, you're going to meet the wall. You're going to face plant the wall, and that's going to be all she wrote, my man. Do you know what I mean? Let's see what... I've jumped on board with Arctic Penguin. He's the first one out on track. He's bringing the noise. Larson's already retired from quali already. We're 15 minutes, 10 seconds into the first quali session. Arctic Penguin got real loosey-goosey into the second corner. So let's see if he's gonna land a respectable lap here. I mean, this is tier 1. You know the levels of noise that the guys are bringing here tonight.
This is the creme de la creme of the Prospect eRacing League, that's for sure, and especially in the world. Some of these drivers are really up there, really show their hand when it's a good day for themselves, especially in the time trial. But yeah, Artistic Penguin coming into this tight and twisty section, Fluff. It's important, as you say, not much of a run off here. And if they go into the castle section here as well, it's very easy just to tap that inside wall and it'll shoot you into the exit wall there, as he came very close to it regardless, coming through the top of the hill now and back onto the power. Easy to lose the rear through there in the dry, but even worse in the wet. And then this double left-hander. It's a very tight track here.
It is a very, very tight track. We're having a lot of messages coming in on the messaging board. Chat, EE, how you doing? Welcome on in. This is the Prospect eRacing League. This is tier 1. This is the creme de la creme, baby. The next level up for some of these boys is actual esports, man. You ain't going to get no better league racing in the world.
Artistic just about to come across the line. He's navigated this track well, a couple of dodgy moments, but to be setting a fast lap time, you need to have that fine balance. It's like a sword edge. One side to the other and you're in the wall. You have to keep that on the edge. That's very respectable.
That's very respectable for Arctic Penguin. Even though he did get a little bit hairy through his flying lap, he managed to keep it together and he's holding P1. The big beast couldn't even release the beast. He's got a 54.457.
Anton and a 152.3 finding more grip out there than anyone else so far. Jackson's about to come across the line now. And he's in the pole on 151.8.
That's a hell of a lap in the wet, Lemons. That is a hell of a lap there by Jackson with a 151.854. Oh my days. We are like, I'm flicking down to PRL Optic, who is out on a flying lap. He's just negotiated Castle. He's getting loosey-goosey. He's giving it the Colin McRae drift round the... He's pulled up.
Fudge is bending into the wall there on turn 15, it looked like, on the exit, so he is out of qualifying, not set a lap time. He is in 14th. He will start the Grand Prix at the back here.
That's
disaster for Fudge.
That's emotional for me. You guys know that I love the Fudge. Who doesn't love the big Fudge? Optic has writ himself off. He's writ himself off. He's got wheels on top of wheels.
My word, Optic is gone, and I've noticed Jackson has also binned it. You'll see at the top of the timesheets, he's gone grey. He was out.
I've dropped down to Paul K.
Optic's in the middle of the track, and Anton is after going into him with the with the front wing.
Oh, he's parked up. You can't park there, lad. You can't park there.
No way to get out of there. The marshals hadn't cleared it, so that's Anton. Lucky escape from Anton.
That's
Some big hitters coming grief already.
Like where Optics parked up there, that's a real tricky bit to negotiate because he's parked right up on the exit of that real tight corner, like that tight left-hander. That's a real fast to slow left-hander, and he's parked right up on the exit. You can't park there, Optics. You can't park there.
No way, man. Green Pies was actually around backwards in the castle section.
Let's flick down to URL Basil, who is out on the flyer right now. He's near the end of Sector 1. He's coming up to that tricky little S chicane section right here. The real slow, the fast one. It's tough to negotiate in the dry, but he's handled it like a pro in the wet. Like a pro, guys. Come on, Basil, bring the noise, my man. See what hammer you're dropping here tonight.
Look, he didn't invalidate there. They're cutting that finely through there into the castle section now. Yeah. Very treacherous.
That corner into the entrance to the castle section. Not you know what I'm talking about, boys. That one that you can cut a little bit. Some of them cut it a little too much, and you can invalidate, but you can buy so much time through that little cut.
Basil coming into this tricky left-hander as well. He the apex comes towards you as you try to go into it, but he's got a good backing car up in front to show him the line through.
He got a little bit hairy there. He got a little bit hairy there, but he controlled it nicely. These guys are obviously drift specialists. Like, this is what I like. I don't know about you, Levens. I don't know about you. This is what I like about the wet. The real drivers come out in the wet. And my man, you missed a hell of a treat last week. I know we was talking about Suzuka in the wet. We got it in Tier 3 here at the Prospects eRacing League. And what a show they provided us last week. Tier 3. Tier 3. I know some of you guys out there might be questioning Tier 3. These guys are absolute monsters in the Tier 3, let alone the Academy. Like, I was racing the Academy as well. Like, I have no business being anywhere on the track with some of these legends. But I entertain it. Someone's got to represent the commentary box anywhere.
That's it. Fair play to you, Fluff. Flying the flag. I'm on board with Alex here coming into the end of the lap. One of the big hitters you would expect here this evening. Still yet to set a lap time. May have been waiting in the garage.
What do you mean? One of the big hitters? They're all big hitters here. All across the tiers at the Prospects eRacing League. They're all big hitters, left, right and centre, my man. They're raising their roost. They're bringing all kinds of noise, brother.
I hope they'll forgive me with that one, in fairness.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'm expecting some good lap times out of Alex here this evening. He's a little bit off. He's in third though, so decent pace.
That's a decent little toe dip in the water there by Alex of a 152.626. lands us up into P3. Paul K jumps up in the P5 with a 154.203. My man. The person I want to watch is Equazer. Equazer's out on a flyer lap. He's just negotiated. Sorry, hold on. I'm looking at the track here. Turn 1, turn 2. He's negotiated really nice. He didn't even get close to the wall. Didn't even get a little bit squirrely. And you know what it's like. You know what it's like. Indeed, chat.
Just to update, Artistic Penguin dropped it in the castle section there. Seen it on the telemetry and the track map myself. But as you say, on board of the Quasar here in the number 21 AlphaTauri. The 2022 AlphaTauri was actually released there today, so not looking too shabby there with the 2020 rule changes. Looking forward to the new game with them. We'll see how that comes out later on in the year. But
we're in for an absolute treat with this new game. Hopefully they give us, some of us commentators, a few more camera angles to work with. But we're not complaining. We're not complaining up here in the commentary box. I feel privileged to be sat here week in, week out, next to you, watching the creme de la creme, the elite of the Prospects eRacing League, man. It can't get no better than this, guys. It can't get no better than this.
Not yet. Oh, Equator was super hot into turn 16. He kept it out of the wall. Lovely line, ultimately. But that's what it takes here.
This guy is a superhero. I am not going to lie. I'm a fan of Equator. Some might even say he's borderline with someone I'm not going to mention because he's not in this league anymore. But you guys know who I'm talking about. You guys know who I'm talking about.
Your man Crush. I think Equator flew through the chicane.
He's going to take P1 with this. He's going to take P1. Oh, that's so close. Oh. That's so close. There's a thousandth of a second,
ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. 1,000th of a second.
Oh my God. No way. Equator, the man of the hour, is so far off. Like, he's not even that far off. It is Rizzler Papers up in here, and it's wet Rizzler Papers as well.
It is close. Basil's on a fast one here.
Let's flick down to Big Baz. Let's rock down to Big Baz. You give it a run through of his flying lap. Go on, give these guys what they tune in for.
He's just
Come
about
on.
to finish up now. He's in 5th at the moment. He does improve in his lap time, but not on track. Where's Anton going to come, though? He's 7/10 up on his lap time. Anton is going to be one here. He's going to be trying to set a fantastic lap time. What can he do coming through the last corner now?
Oh my God.
Very committed. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen.
That's commitment right there. That is balls of steel right there from Anton. If he holds this together, he's claiming pole position here with 5 minutes, 40 seconds left of quality. Oh my God. Oh, he takes it! He takes it with a 151.531. Anton, what have you got underneath that hat of yours, my man? What have you got under there that everyone else hasn't got? Wow. Wow, in the wet as well. Wow.
Great lap time from Anton, fantastic stuff. He really gained that track time through the lap, and he nailed it out of the last sector there as well. Easy to lose thousandths and tenths of a second, easy. So very good by Anton there. He's put a bit of a buffer between second and third there as well. Can anyone else improve? They're going to be pushing here, Fluff, in the last under 5 minutes now.
I believe the man that might do it is either Alex or Equator. I mean, I just flicked down bite of that apple, but he's not. He's on a cooldown lap. He's on the cooldown lap. But that was impressive by him. 1,000th of a second. 1,000th of a second. That is nothing, my man. That is nothing. I think he knows. I think he knows himself. I think we all know. We all know the talents of this man, Equator. He is an absolute monster. It looks like the rain's easing up a little bit here, Lemons. It looks like the rain's easing up a little bit. I mean, the track's still a little bit slick, it's a little bit greasy.
I was just on board at Green Pies there, right, and he was 1.5 seconds up on his lap time, and he decided to pit. So I think, as you just put the nail on the head there, it's indicating this track is maybe less wet than it was before, so a new fresh set of inters might provide them some more grip and some track time, ultimately.
Yeah. I mean, you're not far off there. I mean, the rain's easing up. There's no need to get on the full wets. I mean, there's no puddles. There's no standing water. Oh, Jonesy's clipped the wall.
Fantastic. The track time is really out there. That's nearly a second on the field, Fluff.
Oh, that's a different kind of noise level altogether. Obviously, it's drying up a little bit out there. The rain's still coming down ever so slightly, but not as hard, and it's definitely benefiting from it. He's definitely benefiting from that. So I'm going to flick up to Paul K, who's just negotiating the first couple of turns in his Ferrari. He's reserving here tonight, and we all know what kind of levels Paul K's bringing up in the Prospects League. Everyone all across the board, whether you're reserves, tier 2, tier 3, these are all talented guys. Don't ever get it twisted. So, Lemons, I'm going to hand the reins to you and give it a track rundown for these guys.
Thanks very much, Fluff. So he's just navigated there the very not so technical tight 90-degree left and right, coming into this left and right again. This is where the track really starts to tighten in on these drivers as they approach this right-hander into the castle section. One of the greatest things here, they actually pave, they actually lay sand down and repave it every year. There is stones underneath, and Paul literally smashes the wall. I can't believe it. So he's out there putting it in there. He's lucky he got away with it. But yeah, I tell you, the new asphalt wasn't giving him the grip there, Fluff.
He was pushing the limits beyond the boundaries there, and he paid the price. He's got all kinds of his car flying about left, right and centre, my man. That Ferrari is definitely not smiling anymore, mate. So let's try and find someone else who's out on a flyer. Let's have a look at Sam Brooks. Oh, he's pulled up. This is Mr. Consistent here at tier 1 of the Prospects eRacing League. The other one I want to look at is Perfect Pond, EDA Perfect Pond, representing the Drink Alchemy esports team. This guy's bringing all kinds of level of noise here.
Perfect Pond as he tries to navigate these sections here.
Let's
see how he gets through on the famous castle section. Nice line.
Ooh. He got loosey-goosey, he clipped the curb a little bit there on the entrance, got a little bit shaky, but he's held it together like an absolute champion. So give it the rundown, Lemons. Look, give it the rundown, because we was bagging on Paul for the rundown here. Give it the rundown, my man.
Yeah, so we're just coming into the last sector now as he navigates that left-hander very nicely. Down into 15 and 16. Here he goes, another one of them 90-degree left-handers, but he's really lining himself up. These drivers need to take a really big deep breath in here. This is flat out in the wet as well, left and right, and he does have a confidence lift. He needed it though, very loose on the exit, keeps it off the wall, and now it's a straight line to the start-finish line. Very good slipstreaming opportunity in the wet and as well, in the rain, and if you can do it in qualifying, but not at the moment for Pond.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But correct me if I'm wrong, Lemons. That start-finish straight is the longest on the calendar. That is a hell of a start-finish straight. Some might even say it's like walking the Green Mile, my man.
Yes, it is indeed, Fluff, as you say. It is one of the longest straight in the calendar. Some might have the opinion it might be a little bit unnecessary if you ask them. I might be one of them included, in fairness. But it is a spectacle, and these drivers do get the racing opportunities. You've seen many times 3 wide into the first corner braking zone, especially when the safety car restarts.
The front door, guys. Equator is on an improving lap here as he negotiates that tricky S-chicane, coming up to that famous cut corner just before the castle section. He's holding it very tight here. I don't know whether he's holding back or not. He's keeping it very... Ooh, Jackson. Ooh. I think Jackson got in his way there, but he's held it nice. He's keep on running through the exit there. But going back to that start-finish straight here, I'm a fan of it. Because you got the hurricane, you got that slight little hurricane section, followed by really fast. If you can get the launch through there, and hold your line, you're carrying massive amounts of momentum, and then you got the DRS. You know what I mean? That is the biggest overtaking point on this track. The biggest overtaking point on this track, because as you know, it's a really tight street circuit. All street circuits are really tight. That is the opportunity for most drivers to make that overtake.
You have to make it stick, you have to make it work, as you say there, Fluff, and it is a fantastic overtaking opportunity.
What's he going to do? He hasn't... he's improved, but it's not enough to... We're nearly settled in here for quali. Spider-Man's out on a flyer. He's not improving. Jonesy's not improving. What's the big beast? Is he releasing the beast? He's over half a second up on his lap here. Let's see where he's going to park himself up at the end of this quali section. It looks like we are fixed in for the race here. He's put himself into P13, and it looks like we are locked in for the end of quali here. What a wet quali we've had. These guys have not been holding back, and I think the guys in the field are going to be struggling to rein in Anton here tonight.
It was a fantastic qualifying session there, Fluff. Congratulations to Anton, our pole position winner this evening, with Alex joining him on the front row. That's a Quasar, one of his best qualifying performances this year as well, in third with Jackson in fourth. Unfortunately found a wall in his last run, but if you don't bid it, you're not going to win it sometimes, so fair enough. Perfect Pond in fifth, and then Basil in sixth. Good stuff from himself. Sam Brooks in seventh. Spidey then is in eighth position. Then we got Jonesy and Ray rounding out the top 10. Paul.
Anton takes a fantastic pole here in the wet. Fantastic pole in the wet. I mean, are any of these guys going to be able to rein him in? Do you remember last week? Do you remember last week at Suzuka? I mean, the restarts he had, like, we thought he was snookered. We thought he was snookered on those old mediums, but this guy is a very talented man, and he managed to break away and still win the race. Still win the race, not once, but twice from the restarts. So these guys have got a task on their hands here tonight. And what a race we're looking for, like we've got on our hands here tonight. It's close all across the board like it always is, let alone it being in the wet. But word on the street is it's a dry race, my man. It's a dry race.
That means the top 10 will have a free selection of tyres, but yeah, fair play to the guys up there anyway. Unfortunately for the likes of Larson, Optic and Fudge, some big names as well, not setting the lap time and finding the wall
Fudge
early
especially.
days.
We got a lot of love for Big Fudge up here in the commentary box. We got a lot of love here. We got a lot of love here for the Big Fudge.
The shrine in the corner is lighting away nicely.
But to be fair, hopefully he doesn't have the disaster that he did last week on the safety car, because we know this track is really tricky, let alone in the dry. Like, in the wet, it's a formidable monster.
It is a formidable monster.
But look, the sun's out, the sun's out, the tarmac's dry, the races are green, it's a go, go, go.
To wait for the drivers to load in at the moment.
So let's chuck this out to chat, Lemons. Like, chat, what's the story, guys? What's the story? What's your predictions for the podium? We want to hear what you're saying. Let's see who your favourites are here tonight. But Lemons, my man, I love this circuit. Baku is one of the Fluff's favourites. I've got a few tricky favourites. I like Portugal. I like Baku. I like Singapore. I like the tight, twisty ones, the one that chucks the curveballs out to the drivers. Ooh, so we've got a Quasar for the win by Craigies at the minute.
Go on, Craig.
Craigies. Massive fan enjoyed by the prospects,
well
mate.
With that one, he'd be looking forward to a good start here.
I'm a fan of the Quasar. Quasar graces the Fluff's house all the time, and all the fast boys are scared of that man right there.
Let's have a look at the live chat, please. Smell, how are you doing? Everybody out there? Quasar, top Kearney. Craigie,
but if you're looking at it, Lemons, we do have a couple of reserves from Tier 2 that are quite competitive. We had it last week with Just Gaming, who is also one of the Fluff's co-coms, and what a talent he is in the commentary box, my man. Everyone in the Prospects eRacing League, whether you're commentary, whether you're a racer, whether you're a steward, or whether you're an admin, all very talented, very professional people here. Like, this is why I like coming here, not just because I sit with you. Like, that is the highlight of my week, man. I've got the biggest man crush on you, my man. Biggest man crush on you. That voice does special things to the Fluff, mate. Does special things. But this is why I like being a part of this. I feel so privileged that, like, I've been given the opportunity to step in and do what I do here. I've got a lot of love for this league. EE's all around to all the boys involved.
That's it. Good man yourself, Fluff. Thanks to everyone who makes this possible. It truly is a pleasure. So the drivers are starting to get themselves wound up here for the start of this race, getting these tyres up to temperature, their brakes up to temperature, but most importantly, Fluff, going through in their mind how they want this start to evolve in front of them, what their plan is into turn one. If they get a good start, what are they going to do? If they get a bad start, how are they going to defend that?
The thing is, though, I dread turn one at Baku. It's such a tight one, and then you got turn two. It's so fast. Like, you're trying to like go out of turn one like an absolute bullet, but then you got to be hard on the brakes. So you're not even running over any curves, because those curves will chuck you straight off. And you know there's no runoff zone here. You're going to be face planting the wall, and it's going to be all zero. And Lemons, I forgot. I forgot to give you a bunch of flowers. It's Valentine's Day, baby.
Happy Valentine's Day to all the missuses, all the partners out there who let us do what we like to do.
Wait. Before we get the race underway, where is my happy Valentine's Day, my man?
Happy Valentine's Day.
I love you. I love you, Levers, mate. I love you, my man. Come on, you legend. Whoa! Right. I'm jumping on board with the Quasar, getting in the mix. He's still sat there wiggling. He's getting it ready.
And it's a good start here from Alex and Anton as well. And it looks as if the McLaren and the AlphaTauri are side by side. A Quasar trying to go around the outside. He gets a good exit there as well. He's going to make that stick into the second corner. He turns to defend it a little bit. And a fantastic start there from a Quasar. And Jackson, contact in the background. I think it's Ray is spun in the Mercedes.
This is out the race in turn one, guys. I've seen a half face plant that wall. I didn't want to interrupt you because your starts are immaculate. Like, they do special things to me. Like the start that Jackson got, he got an absolute fluffy start. We got a virtual safety car already in this race, guys. But Jackson got off to a flyer. I flicked back because I've seen a little bit of contact. He got a little bit excited. He got an absolute flyer, but couldn't make it through the little gap. There was not enough room for him. He clipped the back end of the Quasar, but he's still up at that. He's still up in the game. He's still all to play for. Virtual safety car before turn 4, guys. What the hell? Baku's chucking all kinds of delights here. This is definitely Valentine's Day because I am loving it, mate.
I think today is not Fudge's lucky day. He had a bad qualifying and an even worse race. We can't wait to see him back next week for the race. But yeah, right now at the moment,
unfortunate.
It is indeed. Unfortunately to say, the safety car the VSC has been deployed.
We're back underway. We're back underway.
Dropped now. Jackson's got a fantastic run here on the Quasar. He's about to start down this back straight, the front straight here any moment, and the Quasar looks as if he's gaining on Anton.
Oh, he is, but Jackson's all over Quasar. He's hunting him down, he's reeling him in. You're looking at that delta, it's coming down. They're not going to go 3 wide into turn 1 here, are they? They're not going to go 3 wide into turn 1. Oh, what Jackson!
Fantastic move from Jackson, a twofer.
He's taking the lead here. He's taking the lead here in turn 1 with a 2-for-1. He bought one and he got one free, my man. And he's running away with it. And he's running away with it as well. He's got a little gap already forming. What an effort there by Jackson. Ballsy move, but paid off very well.
Came in at the very perfect opportunity for a Quasar and Jackson, in fairness. Anton cut out in front, punching that hole in the wall. Everyone else on the ERS dump, I'd say. 100%.
He definitely caught the boys there with their pants down. Like, he caught them napping for sure, mate. Now all he's got to do is keep his nav. He's building that gap on the Quasar already. What has this man got underneath that McLaren? He negotiated Castle, amazing. The exit. He's just gaining. He's just gaining. Oh my God, Jackson is a talent here at Baku. What a race we're getting treated to already. We're in lap 2 of 26. This is the Prospects eRacing League. This is tier 1. This is round 5. It's still early doors in the season. I still feel for Fudge because I know how talented that man is. He is a talent. Everyone here is a big hitter and he's got to be upset. He didn't even make it into turn 2.
What are you meant to do, man? And sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. As you say, Jackson out in front there, he was trying to pull a gap on the DRS, but because he's on that straight again, the slipstream has brought him right back into a Quasar's hands. I think Spidey, some side by side here with Spidey and Paul. They're still not settled it into the left-hander here. Spidey cuts down over.
They go side by side into turn 2. Do you know what I mean? It takes 2 to tango, my man. And this is what I like about this league, is like these guys, it takes 2 for these moves to be happening. And they're dancing like the best of them.
Spidey gave him enough room not to have an accident there, but definitely showed him no way of making that pass stick. Very good driving by them too.
But a big shout out to Paul Cato. He's reserving here tonight from tier 2, and what Oh, what a reserve appearance he's making here tonight. Just like Just Gaming last week, he was very competitive. See, these guys are reserving from Tier 2, so do you know what I mean? It is that close all across the board here at the Prospects eRacing League. You can never call it. You can never predict it. It's anybody's race to win.
It really is anyone's race to win. It's only lap 3 out of 26. Still a very long way to go in this Grand Prix. The drivers need to start settling themselves into some sort of a rhythm here. Get them lap times ticking away and find themselves in a good position. Hopefully at the end of this race to capitalise on a late safety car perhaps, or some drivers up in front battling and then in turn pulling towards you. Yellow flag sector 3. Sam Brooks is out of the race.
Oh!
He's smashed the wall on the exit of the chicane there onto the front straight.
Let's flick down, see if we can catch a little bit of that. I'm riding on board with Larson, see if I can catch a little bit of that accident from Sam. That's unfortunate because he has been proven to be Mr. Consistent here in Tier 1. He's putting a hell of a performance at the start of the season.
It's unfortunate for Sam. He just found the wall on the exit and spat him in. That's all she wrote, unfortunately. But yeah, I think that's going to be one of many. That is a treacherous corner with new tyres, let alone tyres that have got a few laps on them. Fluff. It's so easy to lose it around there. For
sure, it's such a fast and loose little S section there. It's like a hurricane section. You're literally nearly hitting it flat out. And do you know what I mean? If you clip the curb out, if you take the wrong line through that, like, you're going to be hitting the wall and it's going to send you into the other wall. And this is what I like about Baku. This is what I like about street circuits. There's zero runoff, and you have to be so careful. You got to love and caress that throttle. You got to love that car. You got to caress it though. You want to take it to bed.
They do indeed. They do indeed. Quasar is 7/10 behind Jackson now. Anton,
so yeah, he's starting to reel him in a little. Starting to reel him in a little bit. He was starting to run away with this race. Maybe he's. I'm sorry. I've got amateur hour going on over here. I haven't got any information up on track apart from the track map. That's all that matters. That's all that matters, guys.
Yeah, of course, that's all that really matters. Really. Yellow flag, second tree, and that is Jackson. Jackson is in the wall. He gets away with it, but I don't know how he did not crash his car. I don't know if he got away with that or not. From my angle, that looked like exactly what I just said about it. I feel a little bit bad because I've unleashed the commentator's curse. He got a little bit loose, clipped the wall, fix tighted the other one, done a little 360, and he's dropping positions at a rate of knots, my man. Pit lane, new front wing, that's what the doctor ordered for himself.
Well, that is so unfortunate, but he's so close to that pit lane, he can limp back in, get a little facelift, get some fresh kicks on, get back out there. The race is still anybody's to win it. It's lap 5 out of 26. There's a hell of a lot of racing to be done here.
The Quasar, I think, might have some front wing damage. Maybe he's being collected by Jason there, because
I think you might be right, because Anton's catching him. He's reeling him in so fast.
And a Quasar is struggling with the rears. Maybe that's just because the tyres are going off, but yeah, just doesn't seem to be troubling them apexes just quite as much as he'd like to. Yeah,
I know what you said about the tyres might be going off. I know, like, Baku is a very taxing circuit for these tyres. Like, most of the guys are on medium compounds. There's a couple of the lads out there on softs. Larson's out there on hards. So I mean, it is taxing. The tyre wear here is incredible. There's so many off-camber corners.
The concentration needed as well is super around here. Any sort of a respite you can get, you will take. But yeah, you do need it.
Yeah, definitely. This is one of those tracks. If you get very complacent, it will get you in its trap within a second. Do you know what I mean? Like,
here we go.
You'll just slip.
Anton on a Quasar. Into turn 1, a Quasar doesn't defend. Anton goes to the inside, and that is a change for the lead. Anton runs a little bit wide there. What's a Quasar going to do? Is he going to try and come back up the inside? No, he thinks better of it.
I think you might have been right there. I think you might have been right there. A Quasar might be carrying a little bit of damage trying to ride it out. There's no point in defending that. It's still early doors here in the race. We're in lap 6 of 26. it's still anybody's to win. I'm going to watch Jonesy though, because Jonesy's on 5-lap-old softs. He's the only top sort of runner who is out on the softs, and seeing if he can make it work for him here.
On the back of Spidey as well, so Spidey's in 5th, he's doing a good job climbing himself up the field. Jonesy in 6th, and then we got Artistic Penguin as well in 7th, so he's hassling the back of the soft runner here. How can he make impacts on his mediums?
Oh, Jonesy cut that corner. He cut that like fantastically. It didn't look like he got a warning or anything from that one. That's where you make your time up going into the castle section, is by cutting that corner. You got to cut it correctly. You got to butter that bread and cut it like a sandwich, rude boy.
There's no way he's going for a move here. Yes, he is. He's up the inside. He's giving the old squeeze.
What
but what's going to
move.
happen here? Jonesy gives him all the room he needs. Artistic Penguin really stamped his authority on that move. But yeah, good
he
stuff
held his
from the
ground.
two
He
boys.
held firm, and he was like, bruv, I am not getting out of the way. This is my position. What a move. That is textbook. And what a corner to make it out. That corner is so tight. So tight. I don't even like going in there too wide. I'll back out if that was me. But Arctic Penguin got balls of steel, my man. Balls of steel. But, I thought Equator was... It still looks like Equator's trying to rein in Anton here. He's just playing a patient game. He is playing a patient game. This man, not only is he fast on track, he's got good tactics. He's got good strategies. He pulls it out of the bag, left, right and centre, does Equator. I mean, off the back of last week, I mean, no one really had it on Anton. No one really had it on Anton. But is Equator going to be the man that's going to put him to bed here tonight? What do you reckon? Chat, what are you saying?
Yeah, chat, do get in contact about that one there. Quasar really is one of the guys who epitomises the spirit of PRL. He's been here quite a long time, you know, with the boys back in the day, constantly improving his pace, improving his times, his racing craft. And here he is legitimately racing for a tier 1 win. He has done before, don't forget, and he will do in the future. I'm just saying that he really does epitomise the whole Prospect eRacing League philosophy.
Yeah. For sure.
Yes,
and like,
thank you, Flo.
And what a league it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, all you guys know, I am the biggest fan of in the world of a guy who is no longer a part of this. But the second biggest fan I am in the world of is a man sat in P2 right now. What a legend. He is a man, the myth, the legend. Oh, I've just had a message come in from Big Fudge on the notice board saying, Fluff, you gave it the commentator's curse. Fudge, I'm sorry, my man. I'm sorry. I love you, but I am sorry, my man.
That's what you get. It's terrible.
That's what you get for being one of the commentator's favourites, my man. You run that risk every week. But Equator's holding it firm, though. Do you know what I mean?
That's it. Where's Optic actually talking about commentators' favourites? He's down in 11th. Come on, Optic.
Let's watch Optic for a minute. Come on. I know he's in P11. He's a little bit off, but to be fair, he's got Larson sniffing all over the back of him on his 5-lap-old hards. I mean, Fudge has just messaged it again, saying I have to report myself for that one. The man didn't even make it into corner 2 of the first lap. I would report myself if that was me as well. Poor driving skills, my man. You're better than that. Fix up your argument, brother, and come back next week.
That's it. I've also done the not making the turn 2 philosophy here.
I've done it many a times. As you guys know. You see me racing the academy. You see me racing F2. I've got no business being on the track with any of these legends here, but someone's got to represent the commentary box because Lemons don't race no more.
Represent.
I could have. No, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to like drag it on and draw the attention away from the race, but I could have won that, mate. I could have actually won Portimao, mate.
Still eating you up inside, Fluff, is it?
Well, if you want to know, Lemons, I qualified P8. Do you know what I mean? I qualified P8 in Portimao. I mean, I have validated about 15,000 laps and still qualified P8. Someone hit me up the back going into the pit lane. I acquired a five grid penalty for that. And that 5 grid penalty is what shafted me. I climbed, like, I got the fluffy start. Everyone knows that I've got the starting genius, mate, even with no traction. And our racing cockpit viewers, you guys know that watch my channel, and yeah, I got caught up in some madness. I got collected by a couple of people, not mentioning no names, and yeah, it ruined my race, and I broke my controller. Say no more.
See, Fluff, the problem is, alright, we're the commentators, so whenever we try and race, we're automatically cursed.
Yeah, but but Lemons, I like Portimao. I am that sort of crazy breed of man that I like those tricky tracks. I am the Portimao king amongst the fluffy lobbies, mate.
Oh, very good, very good. It sounds like a commentator challenge.
A challenge? Come at me. I chuck up lobbies on the regular, guys. Like, come at me, bro. Come at me.
Come at me, bro.
No, I lie. The guy that's got the crown at the minute that took it off me is currently sat in P13, and what a monster he is in that Ferrari, cutting that corner like a pro. Maybe a little bit too much, but he is reserved here, and he is in hot pursuit of Larson.
He's doing a fantastic job down here, Paul K. And he's, as you say, right in the back of Larson, who is in turn on the back of Optic. It's a nice 3-car train. It's same as the leaders there. Everyone else seems to be a bit spread out at the moment. But yeah, lap 10 out of 26. We're nearly halfway here, Fluff, but still plenty of time and strategy to go in this race.
Oh, I know. I mean, it's a close call. Like, you know, these guys are absolute madmen. They nurse the life out of their tyres. And it's gonna be interesting to see when the first one decides to pit, because it doesn't look like we're gonna be getting any kind of safety car here at the moment.
Doesn't look like it. They're all settling in, as we were saying before, trying to tick a few laps away. Optic and Larson. Optic trying to break the slipstream. It works for him down into turn 1. Because Larson just wasn't close enough to capitalise, but yeah, it's getting tight here, Optic.
Did you see what just came in on the message board from Old Fudge? He said on the Mazepin of the Haas team, and Anton is Schumacher. My man, I still love him. He crashes out hard, don't make it into P2, but he's still there cheering on his teammate. He knows his team role. Know your role, man. Know your role.
You should do the Mazepin comeback, I'm telling you now. Mazepin done well near the end of the year. He started to get a hold of the car.
Yeah, I mean, it's not out of the question. It's definitely not out of the question for Fudge. I mean, we're in round 5 at the Prospects eRacing League. You know, I mean, there's still all to play for. It's still early doors, and we all know around these ends, Fudge is a hell of a talent. Hell of a talent.
Is indeed. It's a 12-round championship, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, with your worst 2 being knocked off at the end, so the top 10 rounds count towards the championship.
Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice of him here. That's very nice of him here. Do you know what I miss? Do you know what I miss? I miss the days when I joined the Prospects eRacing League for commentary. I miss being sat in the commentary box with the big Fudge at Tier 2. That's where I found you. I was like, oh, Lemony Tech. Oh, I like that guy. That name just rolls. I had a man crush on you from then.
What a save, boy, Paul. Sorry there, I've been on board for a bit. Optic and Larson go thundering towards turn 1, but yeah, Dodge Central, Optic and Larson side by side.
They're going side by side into turn 1. Who's going to get this? Who's going to get this? Larson's got the advantage into the exit, but is Optic going to hold back?
Optic won't want to be conceding that too easily. He's got a good drive here. DRS for himself. Come on, now.
Optic. I'm a fan of Optic as well. He's going. DRS is in, fully engaged. Larson is a sitting duck. But Paul's getting himself in the mix as well. He's getting himself in the mix here.
Yeah, Paul's right back in it. He got a little bit squirrely there. Lost the rear end through the S's. Very nicely held.
But Larson is not letting Optic get away with that. He's like, where do you think you're going, mate? But Optic's got a hell of a launch from the exit there. He nearly fluffed it. But Optic's his exits on the corners. He's catching amazing traction. He is literally running away from Larson in the exit. But it's just the entrances. I think those different tyre compounds are definitely coming into play here, mate.
100% they are. 100%. These cars as the fuel level starts to come down, the tyre wear starts to kick in. Soft, medium and hards, obviously, well, to people who might not know, the softs give you loads more grip but don't last as long. The mediums, as the name would suggest, are a medium between the two. Good grip, good longevity, and then the hards don't give you the grip as you'd expect, but they will last very long into the Grand Prix, and we're starting to see them certain tyre characteristics come to the forefront here.
Oh, for sure, my man. Like, this is definitely like tactic here. It is definitely going to be the medium to hard, because the softs don't have longevity here. Because of the tight, squirrely corners, the off-camber corners, the tyres are screaming. You're shredding them away second by second here.
I have to feel sorry in a way here for Paul. He's doing a fantastic job battling these guys in front, but he knows it's not his fight. But he is being held up dramatically here, in fairness, here in 12th. He could be faster than Optic and Larson, but he just doesn't want to show the nose because it's not his fight, really.
No, and I respect that from Paul K. This is not his fight. This is not his tier. He's just here reserving him. Like, I know this guy personally. This guy is an absolute animal on track. I've seen him beat Larson, Optic and Co. in the fluffy lobbies. These guys come in and show the love to the prospects in the fluffy lobbies, in the community and that. These guys are absolute monsters, and Paul's just holding back. He's showing respect to these guys. You got to love to see that, haven't you, Lemons? You got to love to see that.
You do. It's good driver respect between everyone here in the Prospect eRacing League, as a Quasar is starting to pull the trigger here for the new tyres. He's got on a new set of hards and he's going for a front wing change, so he was holding off some damage there, Fluff.
Well, that's impressive by that man there, and that just shows his talents off. Like, he was holding P2 with damage, with wing damage. I mean, so now he's gone in for the fresh hards. He's opted for the fresh hards. He's looking to go this to the end on that tyre. So it's potentially his to lose right now. He's the one that's made the jump on the grid by the looks of it.
Too right, man, too right. How's he going to navigate?
But he's got to hunt down Jackson though. Jackson's made the jump. He's 10 seconds behind Jackson right now. He's 10 seconds behind Jackson right now. Jackson is the first one in those two, in the top pack, to make those pit stops. But Jackson is on 7-lap-old mediums and the Quasars come out on fresh hards. So, in my head, it's potentially a Quasars to lose here.
Well, he did have to get that front wing change. It would have added another 5 seconds plus onto his pit stop. So, you know, he is going to find himself behind Alex and Anton here.
Well, yeah, but we've just literally reached the midpoint of this race. Like, Jackson is on those 7-lap-old mediums. I don't know, he's a brave man if he's thinking he's going to make it to the end here on those mediums at Baku, because it is such a taxing circuit for those tyres.
Oh no, I'm talking about his battle between Anton and Alex for first and second. Jackson will have to pit again, yeah.
Sorry, my bad. I was watching the tyres. I'm talking about the race in a little while that's going to be unfolding in front of our eyes, my man.
Yeah, so Jackson does have tyre. He's been out there for quite a long time. He's not necessarily thinking about pitting just quite yet, where, as you say, Quasar is the brand spanking new set of tyres. He'll take a couple of laps to get them hard tyres up to full operational temperatures, and then we would see him start to close up quite quickly.
For sure, my man. But looking at what you were saying as well, I mean, like, it's going to come down to, like, Anton or Alex, or maybe even Basil, who's going to try and get the jump on the rest of the boys. I mean, they're all on the same tyres. They're all on the same tyre wear. It's like, do you know what I mean, mate? It's gonna come down to that. Who's going to make that inevitable first dive into the pits? Who's going to set that status quo here?
It's going to be interesting, definitely, to see where they come out as well. And also on top of that, like, Jackson could try and take advantage of a late safety car, or any of these guys could, and they could find themselves exposed like Hamilton did in the last race of the season. So anything is still up for grabs here, can happen. Hey. Basil is slowing dramatically here in third. Spidey's catching him something fierce.
He is indeed. I was just watching that and I'm flicking up to it. Spidey is all over the back of Basil. But
Has Basil clipped the wall, I wonder?
It's definitely going to be interesting to see who's going to make that first dive. Who's going to make that first dive into the pits and try and make that undercut on the pack. I mean, like, we always like to see it up in the commentary box, but the drivers don't like to see it. We like to see that safety car. We like to see them bunched back up and get that racing underway.
Safety car has been deployed. Oh, perfect pond is thrown into the wall at the castle.
DNF for perfect pond. That is unfortunate there for him. He was obviously pushing it beyond the limits, and when you're pushing it like that going into Castle was very unforgiving. You go in with the wrong line. If you're going to try and cut the first corner going into Castle, she's going to spit you up and send you into the second wall. And if you don't make it through that and you clip the second curve, she's sending you into the third wall on the exit. It's such a taxing corner. I mean, oh my God, my heart's in my mouth every time I go through that section here at Baku. So we have a full-blown safety car here, lap 14 of 26. The guys are going to be squeezed back up. Let's see who's going to make the dives into the pits, so the top runner's going to do it. Let's have a look. Let's jump on board with Anton.
I'm sorry,
he's just negotiated. Go on.
And I just have to jump in and say, we have the reports on paranormal activity going on at the commentary booth this evening, because what has actually transpired, if you think correctly, is that you had thought about saying that we wanted a safety car, or a safety car could happen, and before them words had even come out of your mouth flow, it was deployed, and before you realised, you spoke them words. So that is paranormal stuff right here. That is the ultimate commentator's curse here. Perfect Pond has received the end of that one.
But Lemons, I didn't even say it. It happened before I said it.
Paranormal, man. Paranormal. We need to get... I tell you, let's not go down that rabbit hole.
Like I was saying, we don't like to, like the drivers don't like to see it. I mean, we don't like to see drivers dropping out and that, but it definitely makes for an interesting race to watch and commentate on, and it makes it more exciting for you guys at home that are tuning in to watch the creme de la creme here at the Prospects eRacing League. This is Tier 1. This is round 5. We're at Baku, baby. We're in lap 16 of 26, and we're under safety car issues right now.
So, Aqueza is on a set of softs. The last time we seen him, he was on hards. So he's obviously made a pit stop as well in here. Anton has come back out now. He's on a set of softs. Alex is on a set of softs. Basil's on softs. They're all going for softs. This is effectively, Fluff, going to turn into a 8 or 9 lap shootout towards the end.
Yeah, but do you think that the soft tyres are going to hold out for those 8 to 9 laps here? This is a taxing circuit. I mean, even if they're looking at going to the end on the toss, like, their tyres are going to be screaming for air. Like, the medium runners might have the advantage near the later stage, but these soft guys have got to make it count. They've got to lay down that noise to claim that advantage.
See how it goes, I suppose.
It's the way she goes sometimes, mate. It's the way she goes. Chat, what's the story? Let us know what you're feeling about the race. What's your predictions now for the podium? Who's your race winner? Who's your predicted race winner? Come on, get involved. Show us some love. Talk to us. Let us know your opinions, y'all. What's the story?
Well, guys, how are you getting on? Craigie there saying the Mickey Mouse corner. Man, this track is built on Mickey Mouse corners. There's not really much of a driver challenge through all these 90-degree lefts, 90-degree rights, and then a couple of chicanes in there as well. Although,
mate,
every track has their own character.
This track should be known as the School of Hard Knocks.
But it does have its own character, like, you know, even though on paper it looks like that, it has that castle section, it brings some life and some energy into this race. It has that last corner. You know,
I know it's tricky. Some drivers don't favour these street circuits. I mean, I like racing it, but I'm a madman. But I like watching it as well because it spits up so many curveballs. It produces so many different challenges for the drivers.
Safety car still out at the moment. There's going to be one more lap and then we will be going.
Do you know what I like, Levins? Like for turn 1, like you go down that really long, fast start-finish straight with DRS all the way down. and then you've literally got to hammer the brakes, get down to the low gears, negotiate that like an absolute champion, cut the curb a little bit, get that absolute championship line on the go, and then you're hammering it away again, and then you're hard on the brakes even more. You're literally like near at a dead stop trying to negotiate the second turn, bearing in mind like trying not to clip the wall, trying to use all the track, but if you use a I mean, it's such a tricky first two corners here at Baku.
It is indeed. Just ask the 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton. Some might argue that's where his championship defense started to crumble against Max Verstappen at the later part of last year.
Let me send him a text message, mate. Let me know. I'll let you know what he said in a minute, mate.
Yeah. See how Lewis gets on with that one. But in fairness, you know, these guys need to watch their braking zone into turn one, into all these braking zones. The last thing you want to do as well is to career into the car in front. Because ultimately...
hold up, Lemons. He's just got back to me. He said, Lemons, you're bang on, my man. You are bang on.
The ultimate thing, like, alright, you make a mistake and you crash and you don't take anyone else. That's the ultimate best scenario when you make a mistake in that situation.
Especially
worse is when you take someone else out.
Especially at these tight street circuits, like, I mean, like we've been saying all night long, like, there's zero runoff. I mean, the only thing you're meeting if you're running off the track is a wall. You're going to bounce off into the middle of the track, and if you're not collecting anyone else up in that, you've won the lottery, my man. You have won the lottery. Bonjour, bonjour.
I think this safety car is going around yet another lap because Jonesy is waiting to get back onto the crocodile.
He is.
Jonesy.
He is. He's gone in. He's gone for the softs. I mean, these guys that have opted for the softs that are behind the medium runners, they've got to make it work because their tyres are going to fade out really fast here. This is like one of the trickiest circuits on the calendar.
Spidey still has that yellow fuel light. So he's severely underfueled his car. Clever. Oh no, it's just gone now, so he's got enough fuel now.
Yeah.
Clever stuff to underfuel sometimes.
Thí guys,
that is part of the strategy.
Yeah, these guys have some formidable tactics. They have some formidable strategies. I mean, these guys are at the top of their game. Like we were saying before the start of the race, the next level for these guys are esports. Like, this is the creme de la creme. These boys know what they're doing. They're not no novices. This ain't no new league. Like, these guys are professional. All across the board here, through tier 1, to tier 2, to tier 3, even at the academy league, these guys are absolute monsters. I know because I race with the academy. And I know I was giving it the biggest head I could have won that, but I'm an absolute monster at Portugal, mate. That's the only track I actually possess the setup for, mate. And I'm just chucking it out there. I know we all love the big baguette here in the prospects. I qualied above baguette. Just saying, on the mediums,
That's a good strategy with that one.
Give the fluff a seat. No, I don't want to race. I'm only joking. I'm just trying to fill in some gaps here. I don't want to race. I know I race with some of these guys sometimes. Like, I just like to get involved here at the prospects because I'm such a big fan of what these guys are doing. It's such a professional outfit. These guys are on a next level compared to other leagues, and this is why I like to come in. I like to do what we do. Like, we like to do our business here week in and week out. And Monday nights is the highlight of my week, and I know a lot of people hate Monday nights, but who could hate Monday nights when you sat next to the Lemons with that beautiful voice, with that epic hello. It does special things to me,
mate.
It does special things. Oh, we're getting the race underway here. Anton's winding them up. I'm going to hand it over to you, my man.
Cool beans, great to see everyone there on the chat. Don't forget to like the video as well, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't, but like the video most importantly as we ride on board at Anton. We'll have a look at Anton here. When's he going to pull the trigger? He still hasn't yet. He knows that he needs to wait till the end of the straight almost, because the guys are going to try and get a good run. Oh no, he's pulled the trigger now. Basil and Alex getting swamped here. Alex, big stuff here at the back here.
Alex definitely got caught napping there, mate. Like, Anton is the master of the restart. I mean, as we've seen here last week, he doesn't drop it at the same point. He sells that pump fake left, right and centre, and he's gone.
Contact by loads of people.
Oh!
3 wide. Jackson
Spider-Man
and
got caught up and
Alex
got collected between Equator and Jackson, and it looks like it is all she wrote for him here. That is
That's going to be a
unfortunate.
steward's inquiry, 100%. That safety car restart got sloppy at the back there between people jostling, and it just
I would
carried on
not
into turn
like to be caught up in that. I felt the wrath of the stewards room in the F2 season. These guys are seriously professional.
Jackson's gone straight on.
He must have collected serious damage there. Serious damage.
Yeah.
He's not smiling no more. He's lost his whole wing.
Same as Spidey, not good for himself. He was the Red Bull spinning around in turn 1, not good at all.
But Lemons, what a restart by Anton. Every race we've seen of him leading the pack from the restart. I mean, he's a next level restarter. He's the professional at selling that pump fake, selling that dummy and running away with it. But that was unfortunate. Basil's managed to get himself back up into P2. He's got himself up into P2. Alex, unfortunately, he got caught napping under that restart. He bought that pump fake, and unfortunately, he sat in P7. But he's still in the race. It's anybody's to win.
I think what happened there was Anton was being coy with the throttle. No bad news at all there, mind you. Don't get me wrong. And I think what happened is the guys behind are getting eager beaver, trying to anticipate. And once they had an overlap, then they had to slow each other down tremendously. And then that was it. Jackson's into the wall there as well, turn 15.
Oh, let me click down to Optic, who's all over the back of Beast.
He is indeed.
He's all over the back of Beast, but don't take it away from Anton. I mean, that's well within the rules. I mean, he's leading the pack. No. It's up to him when he drops his hammer. And we've seen it week in, week, like especially last week at Suzuka. He dropped it at different locations going through the casino triangle at Suzuka. Do you know what I mean? He's an absolute monster at restarting a race. He definitely knows how to sell that pump fake for sure.
No, that's it. And once you notice the guys behind have kind of tripped over themselves, you boot that thing as quick as you can, because you know that they've to sort themselves out. They're not worrying about you there and then.
Yeah, he was not definitely thinking. Sometimes you see him thinking twice about it, but he didn't think twice about that. He just laid that hammer down and he just run away. He's nearly 2 seconds up on Basil already.
I was going to say, that's how you pull a fantastic restart out of the bag there with a, as you say, 1.9, 1.8 second lead. Fantastic stuff in front of Basil. Alex and Beast are getting very close back here behind Optic.
I know this is going to be controversial in the Fluff's house, mate, but like, I'm starting to grow a lot of love for Anton and his restarts. I mean, he's proven to be the master, Mr. Miyagi of the restarts. Wax on or wax off.
Maybe he's just, well, he is definitely, he's timing it well, and he's taking advantage of other people's eager beaverness, if you want to call it that. You know what I mean? Like, he's just cool as a cucumber.
He's definitely reading. He's definitely reading the pack. He's not like focusing just on himself. He's reading the pack. He's seeing what's going on behind him, and he's bringing the noise. He's doing the business. But Basil's reeling it back in. It's 1.5 seconds now between these guys as DRS is engaged here in lap 21 or 26. We got 5 laps left of racing here. We got 12 runners. We still got Pool K as well. Pool K who is reserving. So now, as these guys have got the race underway, I mean, are we gonna we're gonna start to see these medium tyres start to get their advantage here, because the softs ain't going to last much longer here. These guys are pushing as hard as they can. I mean, the softs don't last long at Baku. They definitely don't last long here.
100%. Beast and Alex have sorted themselves out. Beast has dropped down to 12th, unfortunately for himself. Optic has just made a fantastic manoeuvre on Penguin also, and I think a Quasar is starting to catch Basil, so it's really starting to tighten up again here, Fluff.
It is. It's what I like to see here at the last point of the last section of the race. These guys are throwing the gloves off. There's not many safety cars here. They're throwing the gloves off. That's it. They've had enough. They're laying the hammer down. They're pushing it as far as they can go.
Huge battle here between Larson, Spidey and Jonesy. They're all so close there from third all the way back.
It's always so close here, like all across the board. This is why I love to come and commentate and watch these guys race every single tier, because it's not just tier 1, it's tier 2, it's tier 3. They've got big names all across the board, and it is so fast, it's so tight, and it's so clean as well. These guys are a talent here, absolute talent. And I feel privileged. I know you do, but I feel especially privileged because I'm sat next to an absolute legend in the commentary box.
Pleasure's always mine, man, my friend. You know what I mean?
You can
Pleasure's always mine.
You guys can definitely tell it's Valentine's Day because I'm showing the love to the tank.
Too right, man. Too right. No, it's good crack, like, you know, in fairness.
Yeah.
And it's great to have everyone listening there as well, back at home.
And what I like is as well, Lem, is everyone thinks that we're like really good at what we do, but we're just passionate. We love to see good racing. And like, where else would you want to watch it apart from the Prospect City Racing League? You know what I mean? We're massive fans of these guys. Like, these guys are superior to a lot of people elsewhere. And, you know what I mean? Like, people say that we're goats at what we do. Man, we just sit here, we just have a laugh and talk about racing.
We do indeed, man. Arctic Penguin just locked up into one of the corners, lost 2 positions to Green Pies and Paul K. So he's found himself back in 8th now with Spidey.
Green Pies clipped the exit, clipped the wall, the exit of Castle there. Is Paul gonna take advantage of that? Like, I was just about to, like, I'm riding on board with Paul K right now, who's making a hell of a performance here. He's reserving here from Tier 2 and he is being competitive, but he's being really respectful. He knows this is not his fight.
Keeping it on the island though, letting other people make their mistakes, and he's found himself in a very respectable 7th, mid-pack here in Tier 1, and he is hounding Green Pies here at the moment. Can he get the DRS?
He's looking like it. He's trying to hunt his slipstream here. He's all over the back of him. DRS is engaged. Pies is a sitting duck. There's no point defending that. That's all she wrote for Green Pies as Paul K claims P6 into turn 1.
Pies just spins himself around with a
Green Pies.
audacious move.
Yeah, that was very audacious. He was expecting brooms to be given, and this is motor racing, man. Like, you know what I mean? If you've got business being there, the broom's given, but he had no business to be there. That was nothing. No. That was nothing. That was a racing incident, and well held by Paul K.
Yeah, no, Paul done nothing wrong there. Unfortunately for Green Pies and this side of things, I was looking at it myself at another angle, and he just put his nose where it didn't belong, and Paul ultimately turned in to take the corner, as you would.
Indeed.
Because the car was just loaded, Green Pies was sent around, and unfortunate for the cars behind getting collected with something like that as well.
I know, and that's where we see these gaps forming, because they've got to back off. I mean, they're not going to keep pushing. They see it. These guys are very talented.
And he's right into the wall. Green Pies has smashed it. Penguin collects him as well.
No,
down in the castle section.
Safety car. We've got a full-fledged safety car. Lap 23 or 26.
3 laps to go.
We're going to be treated to an absolute sprint finish here. And usually, hit like we do across other leagues, I feel that these guys are going to take advantage of that. Go get the fresh kicks on, lay down the noise and see what they can bring. I mean, I actually personally feel that the medium runners are worth staying out. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling. If I was out there on the mediums, I'd be like, nah, I've got another like 5 laps, let alone 3 laps on these. I think this is going to be a very short. But that was a good call. Just Gaming's in chat. That's my co that I was with in Tier 3 last week. One absolute legend. Even he says that was an ambitious move. It was an ambitious move, but you got to be ambitious. You got to be making them ballsy moves to make it here in Tier 1. I mean, like we're saying all night, not just Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3 here at the Prospect eRacing League. You've got to be making them moves. You've got to be being ambitious to get yourself up there, to claim those vital points.
The guys there saying that it definitely was ambitious, as you were saying there. Maybe a finish under the safety car. Michael Massey is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do everything we can, if it's illegal also, to try and get this racing back up and running.
No, it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea, mate. No, Michael. No. We don't want to see that.
I think he done the right thing, but not the way the rules are meant to be, and that's the unfortunate thing about it.
It's just the way to go sometimes. I mean, you have to think about everybody's safety involved. I mean, these cars are fast. Anything can happen, and it's all about the safety of the drivers, my man. Do you know what I mean? We want to see everyone make it home. I mean, like, you know what it's like. Everyone goes in with the best intentions, but when you're sat in the cockpit, it's a very competitive sport. It's the pinnacle of motor racing. You can't get no better than the F1.
Saves car in this lap. I told you it's going to be a quick one. Now, what's Anton going to do now with the safety car
Let's
restart?
see what he does here, because he is the Mr. Miyagi of the restarts at the minute. He's been nailing them all season long.
He has been.
Yeah, but is he going to get away from Equator though? Like, Equator is nobody's fool, mate. He ain't going to buy no dirty little dance. He ain't going to take the flirt. He ain't going to go out for dinner with Anton.
No way, Jose. Anton is keeping them.
He's keeping it. He's trying to sell it. He's trying to make it. He's trying to make him go. He's dropped it. He's dropped it. He's seen Equator make that.
There's contact. Optics around in the background. Huge crash. Huge crash. That is Optic after causing that one down the front straight. I cannot believe what an accident coming back to the restart. Yellow flags, safety cars, green flags. What's after happening?
Oh mate, I feel like I'm at a rave with all these flags flying about, mate. That is unfortunate. Alex is out of the race as well. Alex is out of the race. Oh my god.
Unbelievable stuff.
And just before that happened, I was just about to say, like, Anton picked his moment to sell that pump fake. I mean, he was obviously watching Equator there, and he did it as Equator was giving it a little wiggle, and he's just dropped that hammer and sprinted away with it. That was just unfortunate for Optic and Alex. That's unfortunate. Oh,
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. He lost it. He done a Mick Schumacher. He's warming his tyres, and he just got away from him. The momentum, the oscillation of the car, and that's all it takes. Rookie error from Optic, as we said. Equator's into the wall.
Oh, he held it well. He held it well. He nearly fully face planted that, but that man held it. That man held it. He's got Colin McRae tactics up in there. He knows how to get that car sideways, but he's going to be carrying a little bit of damage again. It's unfortunate for him. He's had such a good race. I mean, that's going to affect him surely into the last lap.
Yeah, Basil's got him now. He just has to be patient.
He's just got to be patient and not force the issue. I mean, we all know what Big Basil's like. Big Basil is a talent. He's going to be holding back a little bit, but he can't hold back too much because he's got Paul K just behind him. He's looking like he's having a look down the middle to Paul K. What's Paul K? I've jumped back with Paul K. I've jumped back with Paul K for the cockpit to see. He's anticipating a move by one of these boys. Oh, he's having a look around the outside of Equator, but he's holding it firm. Paul's being very respectful here. He knows this is not his race. But what a race he's had though. What a race he's had here, reserving from Tier 2. Big respect to Paul K from the fluff, mate. Big respect, mate.
Good stuff from Paul indeed with that one. This is the last lap, ladies and gentlemen. Anton is your leader with Basil there in second, but it's really kicking off here towards the back with Jonesy, Equator, Paul, Larson and Green Pies side by side.
Just as you said that, I've jumped on. He's got no front wing and he's having a look down the DRS section on Green Pies, mate. What a legend. What an absolute legend. Larson, you legend.
Now, how do the guys navigate the castle section one last time? Very nicely done from the guys. The Equator keeping Paul behind, but Paul's trying to get this podium. Let's not forget as well, let's take the penalties away from it for the moment.
Let's have a look at the penalties. Let's have a look at the penalties.
Paul's on the outside here. No,
Paul's got 5 seconds worth of penalties. He must have been speeding into the pit lane. You speed demon. But is he going to have a look? Is he going to have a look? I mean, I don't feel like he's going to force the issue. I mean, this isn't his battle. But let's ride on board with Anton as he's going down the final DRS straight. That green mile of the start-finish straight here at Baku. What a race he's had.
Anton wins the race.
What a race he's had.
Stuff.
What a race he's had. Like, he's had a couple of restarts. He's literally led from the start. That man, I'll take my hat off to him. I've got a lot of love for that guy for his level of restarts. He is the Mr. Miyagi of restarts.
Anton, fantastic stuff, winning the race. Basil in second, but fair play to Equator holding on to third. It was a monumental battle between Jonesy and Paul. They were literally side by side going across the line and nose to tail as well. It was so close for third position, and Equator got it in the end, everyone. And Jonesy, fantastic stuff in fourth, and Paul, with his 5-second penalty, still finishes in fifth. Fair play to him altogether.
I'll take my hat off to Paul K there. We've just had a message come in on the message board from Equator saying, sorry, I had wing damage on the last lap. My man, you got nothing to apologise about. You had an absolute drive, mate. You performed left, right and centre. You held some damage through the first point of the race. Do you know what I mean? You're an absolute monster. I take my hat off to you. Take my hat off to you. Big Fudge says he won the race to the changing rooms. Yes, you did, my man. Blue Peter badges in the post.
Blue Peter badges indeed. Fair play to everyone out there though. The champagne's flying and the flags are, the drivers are representing, are flying in the background as well. It's great stuff to see.
Should we see if we can get any of the podium guys in for a little chat? I know we haven't done that yet this season. Should we see if we can get them in? Why not? I know Basil's a part of the fluffy comms chat that we are involved in right now. Big Basil, Big Equator, see if you can jump in. Have you got Anton as a front? Let's see if we can get our race winner in for a little ding dong with the boys.
Great stuff though from everyone out there.
What a race we've had! This is definitely one of the best races we've seen this season. I mean, Suzuka chucked up a lot of curveballs. It claimed a lot of big names, but this was close. I mean, I'm growing to Anton. I know that's going to be controversial in my community, but the level of his restarts, unbelievable.
Well, he's won the race this evening, fair and square.
So
not much I don't think people can say about that one, and he's definitely shown time and time again
so Equator, Basil
really
and Anton do have invites to chat. Let's see if we can get them in. I know they're probably busy doing shoeies, sipping their champagne and that. They definitely earned that. Baku is a hell of a circuit to race. So guys, if you want to come in and chat with me and the Lemons quickly, the podium winners, come in and chat to us. It's out in the Fluffy Lobbies chat. Come at us. I know Basil's a fan. I've never heard Equator talk, but come talk to us, my man. Come talk to us. Basil's in the house. My man, Big Baz. What a performance here at Tier 1. How do you feel about that race, my man? Claiming P2.
No, it was alright. It was alright. It was good race.
Oh, look at that. Very modest. Very modest. That's what I like about you today. It was alright. It was a good race. It was a good race. My man, I take my hat off to you to beat Equator. That guy is a monster. I mean,
it's unlucky. Unlucky for him.
It is very unlucky for him. He had wing damage in the first stint of that race, and he still managed to hold P2. But I wouldn't take that away from you. You earned that. Do you know what I mean? That was unfortunate. He was pushing it through Castle. It happens. That's a real tricky section of the track. My heart's always in my mouth when I'm going through there.
Yeah, fully.
Good race though, man. Fair play to you. Kept it between the track.
How do you feel? Not just on. Go. Sorry, mate. Sorry.
No, I'm just ill. So ill. I've been coughing the whole race. I don't know how I even got P2.
Oh well, you wouldn't notice, mate. You wouldn't notice. And I'm just an eager beaver because I'm excited to have you in the commentary box. What a talent you are, my man. I mean, how do you feel your season's going at the minute? We're in race 5 of 12 so far.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, I thought when I came into Tier 1 I'll be massively off the pace, but
yeah, because I remember us two having this chat. I remember us two having this chat privately in my lobbies and that. Yeah. And like I said to you, you're a talent. You got to believe in yourself. Do you know what I mean? You're good. And do you see what the fluff's seeing? Do you know what I mean? You might think that you're not on the level of the boys, but you are. Do you know what I mean? You are. You obviously are.
I mean, I'll take the compliments when they come my way, but you know.
So modest, so modest. That's what I like about all these guys. They don't like, this is tier one. This is the creme de the creme. Like, you know what I mean? Next level is esports, and they're like, no, I'm not that good, mate. I'm not that fast. Like, you know what I mean? Like, love of the bits. Like, you know what I mean? They are not arrogant whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good race.
No, it was definitely good. It was the race of the season so far for me. And it's always good to see. It's always good to see you on the podium, Basil, mate. Lemons, you got anything you want to ask the big Baz?
Yeah, man. Was there anything that you particularly found hard? How was that safety car restart? Like, I think it was like lap 24, 25, the second, third, fourth, and all. You seem to get a little bit tripped up with
Lemons, that's spicy, mate. That's spicy.
It was a bit dodgy. The Haas, he caught the Red Bull driver slacking kind of. So he was still weaving when he basically just jetted off. And I saw him go, so I went as well. But I had passed him. But I thought I would get the message to give the position back, which I never got. But I still try. I still try to give the position back for the line.
Fair enough.
As he then went past me, then I just read the message that he then got the message I needed to pass him.
That's so respectable. That's so respectable, and it's so refreshing to see. Like, in these, sorry mate, 1 second. Like, it's so refreshing to see in these top tiers. Like, everyone is respectable. They're not going balls out. Do you know what I mean? You're respectable to every driver.
No, I understand. Like, I shouldn't. Well, it was unfortunate. He was in the middle of a weave, so I went because I saw Antoine go. So I tried to give the position back. Then Jackson got in amongst us, and it was unfortunate the way it turned out. I guess I'll let the stewards decide if he does decide to report it.
My man. Do you know what? I am so proud of you, my man. But we're gonna wrap this up, I think, Lemons.
Yeah, it's getting a bit late as well. Fair play to you, Baz, though. Congratulations again. Great race this evening. Should be proud of your result. And yeah, Fluff Ice, we're back there tomorrow. Well, Prospect eRacing League are back tomorrow with Tier 2, and then Wednesday with Tier 3. So it's a full roster. It's a full lineup here for Prospects. It's great to be part of the commentary team, and I can't wait to see you next week myself for Tier 1.
Oh, mate, what Valentine's Day it's been with my favourite man in the world, mate. I feel privileged, my man. So from me, the Fluff, it's good night.
Good night, everybody. Enjoy your week.
E.